Well, hi, and welcome to my shop, and thanks for coming and joining me here on December 20th. Oh my gosh, I have to start out by telling a bit of a story of what's been going on in here. So I have been in here the last couple of days, but I haven't posted any video. And I'm going to explain why, and then I'm going to carry on, hopefully solving another problem with this radio, hopefully. But so as you can see, the radio's back in its cabinet. When I was putting the radio in the cabinet, I had the radio operating. And as I slid the cabinet over the radio, I looked at the operation of the radio. I had it tuned to a particular frequency from the signal generator. And I wanted to see if the cabinet caused the alignment work I did to be disturbed. And it would appear not at all, not in the slightest. So that's kind of interesting. Haven't had too many chances to do that kind of thing. But once I had the cabinet on, and I had noticed that the high band here, band number 4, is not aligned right. Its dial is off by about 1 megahertz, so it's way off. How exactly I got there, I don't know. Fiddling around too much with it, I guess. So the cabinet is loaded with holes here, so you can get through and do the alignment with the cabinet in place, which is what I intended to do. In fact, I started doing that. But the first thing I did was tune the radio, and when I got down at the end here, I remembered some kind of dirt or something going on in the capacitor. So I thought, well, why don't I sort that out after all? That'll only take 5 or 10 minutes to track down what plates are coming into contact here. It should be easy to figure this out. No. I must have spent probably over the last couple of days an hour and a half anyway of steady, concentrated effort on trying to find a short in this thing. And I did not. And I did everything I could think of. I have an ohm meter out here checking the resistance between the rotor and the stator, looking for the short spot. No response. Yet, I examined the blades here, the plates very carefully, camera shoved in here, all kinds of stuff. Can't see anything that comes close to being a contact. Doesn't mean I necessarily found it. It's very hard. I've necessarily proven there isn't a plate contact. It's very hard to see some parts of the plate in there, but at this point I would say no, there is no plate rubbing contact in here. I thought maybe the rotor, maybe its grounding contacts here are bad. I've cleaned them a couple of times. It made no difference whatsoever to anything. I looked for hidden contacts of weird. They just looked for everything I could look for and found nothing. Nothing whatsoever to explain this horrible sound. The radio's off right now, so you can't hear it. But it does it on all bands. Sounds pretty much the same on all 4 bands. What the heck is it? If it isn't plate rubbing, what the heck could it be? So in my desperation, the last things I was doing, I was just touching stuff. Just touching stuff. And we're gonna start out by repeating this test. So this is the oscillator capacitor, and these are the antenna and the I don't want to use intermediate, but the RF. It's called the antenna and the RF tuning capacitors. So, well, I know what to do. I'm at my wit's end. I stuck my finger here. I stuck my finger here. When I stuck my finger here, something surprising happened. And that's where I'm going to start today's video, with repeating that particular test. And we may repeat some of the other tests along the way as I go, just because, as I have found, once in a while I make a bad mistake. But I don't think I've made any mistakes here. Yeah, we need to start out with exactly what I ended with, which you haven't seen. Okay, good. I feel better now. You know what, when I'm doing these projects, I'm doing them live. I'm trying to show everything that happens, just in case you have the same radio and you're trying to work your way through it, and you may not have the benefit of all this equipment and experience and stuff, so you're kind of watching what I'm doing very carefully. And so I really want the whole story to be told. Plus, I am telling a story. I'm telling a story of the repair of a radio. And you can't have, entire chapters missing. So once in a while, I get caught in something like this capacitor thing, and it can drag on for a long time. And I think it's very hard to watch on a video because nothing's happening. Well, lots of activity, no results coming. Okay, so I'm going to set up and we'll repeat that experiment, and you'll see that it won't work, and I'll have egg on my face because Murphy's here and everything's been going crazy. Coffee. I need coffee to calm myself down. Okay, let's find out if the radio fixed itself overnight. Or if it's going to turn me into some kind of a liar. So it's been on just for a couple minutes here. You can hear it. Incidentally, I may not have put up the video where I explain that I've installed a 3-prong plug on this radio. This is the power cord now. And so I don't know if I've shown that or not, unfortunately. Okay, let's carry on. So this is plugged into a regular outlet now with a 3-prong plug. The green wire is connected to the chassis. That's the only way I could feel comfortable with this radio, and considering where I'm taking it from here, it's going to be surrounded by other 3- and 2-prong radios, metal cabinet radios. Shock City. So the only way I can feel comfortable with this, put a 3-prong plug on, put the green wire onto the cabinet. Okay, here we go. Let's see if this is still acting up. That is what I've been chasing. I mean, you'd swear that that's a plate contact. Now, here's the interesting part. Where'd the scratches go? So what I'm doing is I'm using my finger to ground the stator plates. This one in particular, this is the oscillator. Where'd the scratches go? Even if I just touch the... So touching the rotating plates doesn't matter. Of course, the rotating plates are grounded. By the way, I've sprayed this a couple of times in here and done everything you can think of to find a contact problem. How would it be that this makes it disappear? Well, I was hoping I'd have an answer to that question, but I don't. I don't have any answers at all. Let's try that noise limiter again. Oh, just so fantastic. Fantastic. Right. So, as soon as I encountered this effect, I stopped in my shop yesterday. I haven't even spent a lot of time thinking about it. I only noticed it with the oscillator. I didn't notice it with this. Also, so I have heard resonance-based type problems in radios that sound scratchy. Exactly why, I don't know. Well, let's put it in the scratchy zone here. Does that really a scratch? Now this has been changing over time as I've been fiddling around here. Doesn't sound like a scratch at all anymore. Right in there. Let's try a different band. That's band 1. This is band 2. The same kind of sound. Band 3. It no longer sounds like plates rubbing. That. Let's see if I can just get a little better camera angle on this. You can see exactly what I'm doing here. So I'm tuning the radio back and forth through the scratchy area. Slow enough you wouldn't even notice something there. It's quite different. Still sounds a little scratchy. I put my finger on the stator plates. Nothing left. No scratchiness left. Now that's causing the radio to retune. It must be the case. Is there anything here to tune in? I doubt it. I don't have an antenna hooked up. What do I have hooked up? What do I have hooked up here? I do have the antenna hooked up. It's switched off though because I was... Maybe we'll pick something up here. That's good enough. What happens when you touch this? Of course, it retunes, just getting close. Retunes. So, why would retuning the oscillator move the scratchy stuff? Why is it the same on every band? Here, this is band 4 now. It even goes dead at times. So how can this be? Okay, well, you know what? I'm no farther ahead than I was. Somehow I thought making this observation was going to resolve the whole thing. Some kind of strange oscillation occurring. How could it be the same on every band? As you switch bands, you're switching the coils hooked up here. It's a different set of coils working against these capacitors. There's some kind of electronic resonance thing happening. It would change from band to band to band. What wouldn't change is plate contact. That sounds really bad. Well. Okay, a little bit disappointing. The truth has not revealed itself yet. And you can see the radio's gone dead. Not dead, just quiet. I turn it way up, there it is again. Not dead, just quiet. I also checked, in these dead spots, the oscillator continues to operate full strength. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Here I am in the same quandary here. You know, I could skip this, but it's right in a critical spot in the radio's tuning. Oh my gosh. So I've taken an ohm meter, put it on here, look for the short. As they come into contact, no short appears. I've taken my signal generator, applied the signal generator to the rotor and to the different parts as much as I could, and never is there a scratchy sound coming out of the, did I say signal generator? Signal tracer. Nothing ever comes out. There's nothing here. There's nothing here for me to go on at all. Boy. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Even without an antenna, it's picking stuff up. This radio's sensitivity is excellent. Okay, so we're looking at the SDR there on the screen. The SDR pickup coil is where? Where is it? It is here. Trying to see what's going on there. Let me just hang this. Steady. So the strong signal you see right above my finger here is the local oscillator. Prove it. There it is. Now, I'm going to tune the radio through the noise area. We're going to watch the local oscillator and see if it jumps around or disappears or anything weird happens with it. This is the idea here. Where's the noise? Where's the noise? There we are. Okay, let's do this slowly. Look at that. So the radio's gone dead and the local oscillator is sitting there, hasn't done a thing. I can bring this back to life with a little bit of tapping. The oscillator did jump there. So it sounds like when it's frozen. Look at that. The oscillator did jump. Well, that really suggests a short in here again. But not in the oscillator area. I had previously, through much machinations, convinced myself that the problem was in this section here. Maybe that's still the case, because look at how sensitive this thing is. Touch it anywhere. Here he comes. Possible? No. I was going to say, is it possible there's some sensitivity elsewhere? How would that relate to the position of the capacitor? Yeah, hang on there, Peanut. I don't know if I can overcome this. I just have really no clue what is going on, other than to say it's just a contact and I haven't found it yet. A contact and I haven't found it yet. What do you say, Peanut? Okay. Now I'm just standing here staring at the radio, and on its own it's going in and out of the state of whatever the state is that it's going in and out of. It's in this quiet state right now. Oh my gosh. What could it possibly be? I'm just going to touch this and it's going to react, I'm sure. So this frame is solidly grounded to the chassis at various places. There's one here. here. You know, it is up on rubber grommets. What exactly is? The frame has to be grounded here. It is the kind of thing that a bad ground would do. So I've tightened the screws that are in the grounding positions. What's going on up here? Yeah, so there's a copper ground strap from here to where I've flipped this and then soldered onto the chassis. I mean, you can see it. There's another one over here on this side. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. You know, every 5 or 10 radios has something like this going on in it. Really doesn't matter what I tap. This is the most sensitive area here. Always in the same area. See, isn't that strange? Well, I would affect the oscillator and remove the whole effect. Where'd it go? Okay, I'm watching the SDR. I can't see my hand, but I'm slowly turning the capacitor. Okay, wait a minute. Now, what happens if I'm turning the... So now what I'm adjusting is the... think, Jim, come on. The band spread tuning. Does it do the same thing? Is that possible? It does. How can this be? So I'm moving these plates down here now. See, there are cases where oscillations can occur. At least this has been my experience. And when they come in and go out, they make scratchy sounds, like what we hear here. Now, like this is a different set of plates. I think it's some kind of oscillation. Let me turn the radio up higher, volume-wise. Or is it moving this is enough? It's really no different than doing this, tapping. Is that the story there? Those kind of weird sounds. Okay, turning this just as gently as I can. Trying not to shake the radio at all. Oop. It sounds like it's breaking into oscillation. How can a different set of blades be doing this? They're the ones that have been rubbing all this time? I can't believe that. The radio breaks into oscillation. There's a chance. What are the chances? There's no chance. I was going to say it's a chance that it's causing an AVC effect. If it's breaking into that kind of oscillation, I think we would know it. Wouldn't we? Wouldn't we know it? There's something... And it doesn't matter what band I'm switched to. We get the same effect. What kind of oscillation would it break into? It's microphonic. Sort of. What's happening, man? What's happening? Okay, what I gotta do here, turn the set off. So I have to do a super, I don't know how I'm going to do it, super close examination of the capacitor here. Looking for some kind of contact issue. Oh my god, I've spent too much time doing this already. Okay, so what I've done again is I've not clicked this button. Here we are. So I've jammed the camera away in the back. You just saw the view out of that camera looking straight down through the capacitor blades on the center set of blades. And what I'm hoping to do here is go basically across blade by blade. So this is the area. So you can certainly see the outside blade not doing anything. The radio's switched off, by the way, which is why you're not hearing anything. Now if I can just move over. Oh my gosh, look at. capacitor's pushing the camera there. Okay, let's adjust the focus. This is a bit of a drawn out procedure here. Focus down further. Looks awfully close, doesn't it? Yeah, that one blade looks awfully close. Is that all it's been? All this time? Let me move the camera just a wee bit because I'm getting a false impression. Wow, it does look very... Oops, I bumped the camera with the capacitor. Okay, so I'm going to try moving that blade out of there, over a bit. If this turns out to be all it was, then I'm just going to... I'll be happy because I found it. Okay, so it's the center capacitor part. It'll be right. Like these all just look perfect. Just be up in this area. Okay, let's switch it on and see what happens here. Here we come. Right in here. Oh my gosh, tell me that was it. Well, seems pretty good. Let's try another band. I think I got it. My gosh. Oh, jeepers. You know what happens? You're working along, you say, maybe it's this. You take some actions, you convince yourself, oh, it's not that. But you're wrong. But you've convinced yourself it's not that. It takes a long time to revisit something like that. So shame on me for having missed that. See, but I was examining plates all over the place. Since then I was able to focus down on the center. Yeah, okay, anyway, good. I think I got it. Oh my gosh. Oh boy. So see, thank God I didn't post all that video of me just wasting a lot of time. That's it. She's done. She's fixed. Okay, fantastic. Then all that's left here is a fixing up of the oscillators on the different, fixing up of the alignment. Okay, great. I'm going to go drink some coffee there. Actually, yeah, it's good. I'm embarrassed, but it's good. So what I'm going to do now is run through the entire alignment procedure, well, at least for the top band. Work through these holes in the bottom cabinet. I'm going to do all that off camera. And hopefully I'll have a beautifully aligned radio when I'm done, because I don't think it's too good just yet. Great. Okay, so I've put in a permanent wire here for the speaker. You see, I put the speaker terminals here too, so I didn't have a wire just flopping around. Everything is tucked away nicely. Fantastic. Okay, big monster. Hey, that's what it really looks like. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is we're going to run through the bands quickly, see how well this guy's working, and then he's done. He's on his way to his new home, which is all ready for him. Yeah. Okay, let's give this guy his last, hopefully, last bench test. Clip the outdoor. This outdoor antenna is switched on. That's a little ground wire to clip onto there. There we go. This is plugged straight into a regular outlet. Not that that should make any difference at this point. I didn't put the light bulb back in here. Well, you're only going to leave the light bulb out because with the light bulb in, the camera cannot see this properly. So we're going to leave that light bulb out for now. Here we go. Put this on medium. Volume's up a bit. Starting on band 1, which is the broadcast band at the bottom, 550. Here we go. Oh, I didn't watch the meter. Did it go all the way over hard? I didn't watch. Okay, baby, you better perform now. That'd be 590. That's all we're going to get today. ABC on, ABC off, limiter off. Okay. That's the broadcast band. Next band is not going to have anything on it, or will it? So it's around 4 megahertz here. I'm tuning now. These are all just interference signals, I'm pretty sure. Okay, next band. We jumped up to just above 15 megahertz now. I'm doing this at 11:30 in the morning. There's WWV. You can see how close I am to 15. Not quite. Hoping I could maybe use this to center this, but no, that's 15. Don't know the conditions today. Ham radio. Put on the BFO. So that's FT8. It's a characteristic 15 seconds of broadcast, 2 seconds of silence, 15 seconds of this kind of stuff. Very, very popular on the ham band. Morse code, a little fast for me. get into a broadcast band here. Nope. Americans have trusted their government less. Americans have been trained all their lives to not trust their government, which you know, I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but when it gets too far, look what's happening. If the government says something, you automatically go, well, that's not true, and carry on from there. It's crazy.
Objeto de persecución por su mordaz crítica. Con sus caricaturas también relata esa nostalgia. José Bernalete, Voz América, Miami. Copa del final del mundo. Lástima.
Ham band coming up. That's not a ham band, I don't think.
The Almighty God said in covenant promise in the Old Testament that if you're a son or daughter of sin, he will be a father to you. Now that cannot be a third.
So that was pretty much 9.330. We'll try CHU Canada here. CHU Canada is a time signal. That's 5 kilowatts from Ottawa, I think. Very good. Okay, get ready to check your watch. You can't check your watch. I can check mine though.
CHU Canada, Coordinated Universal Time, 16 hours, 32 minutes. There's
Well, a little late. Okay, it's supposed to be 32 now. Ham band right in here. It's not the right time of day. 40 meter band this time of day. I wouldn't expect. I hear my cat outside crying for me. And this is all too low. Okay, we'll go to the top band. We're at the bottom of the top band. My poor cat. Come on in. Come on in. Come on. No, I'm not going out right now. He doesn't want to come in. He wants me to go out.
then.
That's probably true. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna have to call this quits because my cat is just beside himself right there. We're not gonna pick anything up here anyway. CB radio. Oh, there we are. That's a good note to switch it off on. Excellent. You know, for an old radio like this, that's a great result. So I've got this new home all ready for him. That's where he's going later today. Fantastic. Well, thanks a lot for watching the series. It got a little sticky towards the end there. Certainly for me here anyway. But not a bad radio. Doing a nice job. So what's next on my bench? Gee, I don't know. You know, it's almost Christmas, so I'm probably going to... my video posting is going to get a little sparse here. So, but thanks a lot for watching this whole series. And we'll see what's next. See ya.